Welcome to the recipe. I am your host, The Red Knight, and this is the first video I'm ever making on this platform, and I'm super excited about it because I get to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. But not only Zack Snyder's Justice League, but all of the movie news that's been coming out concerning DC this week. Unsurprisingly, because if you've been one of the people who's been watching this whole Snyder Cut thing play out since back in 2016, whenever BVS came out, you already knew that the tides were turning against Zack Snyder. By the time Justice League came out, well, you already know the story. And last week we finally got the ending, right, to a portion of that story, which was release the Snyder Cut. Now, the Snyder Cut came out, and everybody who was hyped for the Snyder Cut were super happy with the fact that we loved it, right? Everybody who's been championing, we want the Snyder Cut, release Snyder Cut. We were happy with it. But then out of nowhere, to our surprise, not mine, because I figured, listen, everybody's going to love it. Why? Because Zack Snyder makes banging movies. And I don't know if you looked at the numbers of Man of Steel, and then BVS, and Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, all the movies that were tied to Zack Snyder's DCEU, all of them were successful, and they were on the up and up and up and up and up. People love Zack Snyder's, Zack Snyder's movie. Like, he's always made different cuts of his movies. Why? Because people love his content, his filmmaking. Hell, listen, if Ridley Scott loves Zack Snyder, and James Cameron said Zack Snyder was one of the most interesting filmmakers out there today, then who is any of these bloggers to say Zack Snyder ain't the man? So what I already knew, and what many of us knew who was screaming release the Snyder Cut, is that Zack Snyder's great. The movie came out. It was great, beyond great. And now a whole ton of people who didn't maybe believe in the Justice League big picture, you know what I'm saying? Well, one, the version of the picture they had was really trash. And the one we got now was great. But if they didn't believe on the big picture, you know, the big picture that Zack Snyder was painting on this canvas with Man of Steel and BVS, they became believers now. Because a lot of people was like, what is this nightmare thing about? What is that about? What does that have to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? It was just plot right in the middle of the movie. I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Damn, they already killed Superman. Like, what the hell is the point of that? And then you watch the Snyder Cut, and you know that the scream causes the mother box to wake up. One of them starts snitching. Yo, stop it, Wolf. It's over here. And yeah, no Kryptonian. Yeah, that's what you thought until you goddamn. Let me not spoil the movie for those of you who haven't watched it. But anyway, watch the movie and watch it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that you can be just like many of the people who didn't believe in the Snyder Cut, who now are believers and are saying, Warner Brothers, please, do me a favor. Restore the Snyderverse. Because if you think that it's just Snyder fans, no, it's not just Snyder fans. Listen, man, before we even get into this article, because I'm going to go through it real quick. Where's this tweet I put out? Yeah, go follow me on Twitter, by the way. Everything is new. As you can see, look, one follower, everything is new. You can be the first. Hell, you are the first if you're watching this. But anyway, I said, how? No. Why? Why would you say no to over 1 million people who want more of the best thing you've ever done? And I stand by that statement I just made right there. You want to know why? Because it is the best thing they've ever done. I love Batman Begins. It's one of the best superhero movies of all time. I love Blade. You know what I mean? Hell, a lot of origin movies like Spider-Man 1 and Man of Steel are some of my favorite movies ever, and Aquaman, which is insanely good, right? But when I think about DC and going from Batman the animated series when I was a little kid to then going to, you know, Batman Brave and the Bold, Batman, the Batman, you know what I'm saying? And Beware the Batman, all the Batman cartoons we had, but then to Justice League Unlimited, all of that DC that, you know, was instilled in me. Zack Snyder's Justice League is the DC movie that most looks like it. Like, if you go and get Justice League War, or what was the last one with Constantine? That wasn't Apocalypse. That's the one with Supergirl. See, and I can't look at my shelf because I don't have those. I have those digitally. But anyway, the last one with Constantine, I think it was Justice League Dark. It might have been the ending to the whole DC animated universe arc that they did there. Zack Snyder's Justice League looks just like that. From all the brutality of it to seeing Wonder Woman, like, come on, I don't even. I'm almost about to start spoiling this movie, but I'm not. I'm gonna be cool. But the point is, the Restore the Snyderverse, like, hashtag has over, right, look, this picture was from 13 hours ago. So right now, when I last looked, it was like about, I don't know, like 1.17 million, but 1.11 million people. That's not just, just Snyder loyalists, diehard Snyder fans. No, that's not just us. That's everybody else. That's the general movie going audience. So yeah, man, listen, man, before I even talk about that, let's get into this actual article because I want to hit it beat by beat. And look, This article, should I even call it an article? It's supposed to be like an interview with Ann Sarnoff, the head of DC of Warner Media. Let's say that, right? Which basically makes her the head of everything at this point. There's like two people over her, but basically she's the head. I ain't gonna disrespect. She's the head. She's the one who's driving this train. Steering this ship. Cool, right? It's her. But this right here wasn't the interview. This isn't the article. This was a press release. This was dropped. I mean, it was Monday, but it felt like damn near Sunday when it came out because it was like the high of the Snyder Cut. Everybody going crazy. Seeing Leslie Jones her tweeting all weekend long and, just dying laughing. Everybody was just happy with DC, and it's been a minute since we've been here. Warner Media did not wait a single second to try to be like, all right, we got that out the way. Stop putting now, release a Snyder Cut in all of our movies, tweets and stuff like that. We're done with that. Let's move on now to I don't know, greener pastures, whatever the hell they want to, say. But they wanted to move on, basically, and that's why they did this. And this week, they've dropped a lot of movie news, like, oh, this person's replacing the dad in The Flash. Like, I'm going to go through all of it. But the point is, it was all planned, just like this. It's like, look, that's done. Now let's move on to this. And they probably thought, yeah, this is going to come out and not get a bunch of love and be hated on. And instead what happened was the complete opposite. Yet again, back when they released the Jaws cut, nobody liked it. They thought that people was going to love that, eat that up. Oh, Marvel, jokey. And I don't want to insult Marvel. This is in no way, but, they would try to copy what Marvel was doing oh so well. And they failed that even with the director of Avengers and Infinity War. Come on, man. Let's get into it. So we start right here. And again, shout out to Variety for this because this is their stuff. Go check this out. Give them the clicks, man. Warner Media Studio CEO Ann Sarnoff says that the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League will complete the director's superhero trilogy, reinforcing the studio's desire to move past the social media campaign to hand back control of DC film universe to the filmmaker. Damn, right here. So many thoughts. First off, is Zack Snyder not a filmmaker? Why are they making it seem like Zack Snyder had the thing in captivity? Didn't they just come out with Birds of Prey? Didn't they come out with Joker and then split that pie so they didn't really get to eat off that billion? But that's on them because they don't believe in anything edgy. It has to be in order for them to love it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that already is weird to me. Like, so he's not a filmmaker? Is that what you're saying? I'm just going to read in between the lines. We'll complete the director's superhero trilogy. Huh? What? We've known since BVS. Since the Comic-Con where Martian Manhunter, that's not a spoiler, right? Martian Manhunter went up there, Henry Lennox went up there and said the whole Dark Knight speech at Comic-Con, everybody went crazy. Since then, we've known it was a 5-movie arc. Anybody who was part of the DCEU hype, universe, Zack Snyder, whatever you want to call it. We all knew it was a 5-movie thing, and there was going to be movies in between. But Zack's directing was going to be a 5 feature films, not a trilogy. This isn't Lord of the Rings. This was never going to be a trilogy. Does it feel like Lord of the Rings? Hell yeah, epic fantasy, because they have no fear. But anyway, yeah, man, we have no fear, man. We have no fear. We're gonna keep pushing. Hold up. We got to have a little bit of hope while we read this because we're going to need a whole lot of it. With people like this who want to make their own little stories up, their own agendas, yeah, man, we got a lot to worry about when it comes to these people. But hold on. The mic is in the way. Do you see that? Oh, there it is. You see it? Oh, the black suit Superman. Black suit Superman. All right, hold on. Let me bring this back up. All right. Anyway. So, yeah, it's not a trilogy. So right out the gate, she's already, making her own narrative up. Instead, Sarnoff believes that the future of DC is more than just movies. She's excited about the multi-platform future, one that sees Batman, Superman, Flash, and the Justice League members popping up in streaming shows, video games, television spin-offs, and big screen outings. It's a vision that echoes what Marvel has been doing with its Avengers characters, taking superheroes like the Vision and Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and Loki, who have been previously appearing only in movies, and giving them streaming shows of their own. The Warner Media Studios chief is also excited about the diverse range of creators she's been enlisting to tell some of these stories, which includes tapping Between the World and Me author Ta-Nehisi Coates to write Superman film. Cool. Cool. Developing a Blue Beetle movie. This right here is a dream come true for me. Like I've been wanting a Blue Beetle movie since hell Young Justice season 1. I was like, Blue Beetle's the man. Which marks the company's first Latinx superhero movie. Okay, that's all well and good. But let's have some fun with this again. Before we move on to the next paragraph, because every single paragraph is just hilarious. All right, so they want to echo what Marvel has been doing with its Avengers characters. Wait, this is the same DC who, when Shazam ended, they couldn't even get Henry Cavill's face in the damn movie, so we had goddamn Sleepy Hollow Superman? This is that same DC. This is the same DC who for years was telling the CW actors, where you even had Stephen Amell basically saying, yo, the stuff we do is just as good as the movie stuff. You know, he was defending his people, which is his universe, which is massive. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, they were separating that until it wasn't separate no more. Obviously, you know, the Flash thing that happened and everything, and they crossed over. But they've been separating this forever. And then saying like what Marvel's been doing with Avengers, and it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Y'all gonna do the what's his name? Peace. What's his name? I don't even know. I'll find out when I see John Cena's whole thing. But anyway, hold on. Let's keep it going. But Sarnoff may have to deal with an unruly, emboldened fan base, one that successfully pushed Warner Media to release a 4-hour R-rated version of Justice League, which was truer to Snyder's darker vision for the character. Sarnoff spoke to Variety on Sunday. See, they talked on Sunday. On Sunday, they didn't even wait to try to, you know, just straight bury the Snyder Cut. But you know what happened when Superman got buried, right? You know what happened, right? Again, that's a spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil you the movie right now. Anyway, all right, which was true to Snyder Dark Vision. All right, so Sarnoff spoke to Variety on Sunday, 5 days after the Snyder Cut started streaming on HBO Max, about catering to DC's fan base, the future of DC, and actor Ray Fisher's allegations of misconduct and racial bias during the shooting of Justice League. Boy, oh boy. That is a mouthful. And I wonder why. It's almost like they wanted a palette swap. They wanted to say, look, rip that page out the art book, clean page, let's start painting again. That's basically what they wanted to do. So they put everything right here. Let's talk about Ray Fisher stuff. Let's talk about everything right here. And oh boy, is it going to get good. Why did you decide to release the Zack Snyder's Justice League? We wanted to give Zack Snyder the opportunity to complete his vision in a 4-hour movie, which is impossible to do in theaters. Is it? Everybody keeps saying this, that it's impossible. But I remember going to see the double feature, the Quentin Tarantino one, Death Proof, and the zombie movie. You know what I'm saying? And there was an intermission in between. Like, for real? Return of the King was damn near 4 hours long, and I saw that movie twice in theaters. Do you think length really matters? It maybe matters their pockets of, oh yeah, we can't put that many showings. You know what I mean? But I'm like, if your movie's a hit, you could keep it in theaters forever. Don't believe me? What's the number one movie on the planet Earth? Avatar, which I love. Don't you dare talk bad about it, right? And what is Avatar doing right now in theaters? Absolutely crushing it. It's number one. Didn't I just say number one? Avengers Endgame ain't it no more. Why? Because Avatar still has people out there who will go to the theater to watch them. Hell, there's probably kids who never even saw it, you know what I'm saying, in theaters. So now they get to experience it like that. They probably never saw it at all. Their parents probably saw it. And it was like, I'm going to take my kid to go see it on the big screen before the sequels come out. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, you could keep a movie going if it's good. And this movie would have did ridiculous numbers in theaters, whether it was 5 hours long, 4 hours long, 3 hours long. But damn, asking for 2 hours in a superhero movie with so many characters, that's crazy. That's crazy. Not even Lord of the Rings did it, Fellowship of the Ring. And that's one of the greatest movies of introducing a ton of characters in one shot. Proving the point that I've been saying for years, you don't need 76 movies in order to make an ensemble cast film. Oh, yeah, but for all of them to matter, bullshit. But anyway. Yeah. So, where was I? We're happy that we have HBO Max to let the rope out, as it were, and allow the fans to see all 4 hours of Zack's vision. Thanks. We appreciate it. A whole lot, because it was amazing. What are your plans going forward for DC? We've got an incredible group of creators, television series creator, Max series creator, future film creators, who are basically broadening the base of the talent that we work with on DC, because we're so excited about the potential to build out the DC multiverse. It's one of the reasons why I was hired almost 2 years ago. Damn, 2 years ago she came in, and what have they done in 2 years? Multiverse. The before and after was a very soiled organization with no connectivity between the businesses. Okay, so it's not her fault. It's not her fault that the CW wasn't able to mix with the movies back then, right? It's not her fault. This is what she came to the forefront to do. What is the timetable on Sleepy Hollow Superman again? Was she there? I think she was there. Anyway, my mantra coming in was to make it bigger and broader, and we really want to surprise and delight the fans with more connectivity tissue across the various media platforms. I'm talking movies, HBO Max television, and our games. Ooh, let me have fun with this one. Because Game Talk, oh, that's real fun for me. Games. You mean like Gotham Knights, which was delayed, sadly. Can't wait for it. But Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Two games that should be connected aren't. Gotham Knights, the original trailer, looks like it's a continuation of the ending of Batman Arkham Knight. When Bruce Wayne did what he did and it was all over, and now it's like, yeah, you got the Bat family doing their thing around Gotham. But no, the day that game was revealed, Warner Brothers Montreal had to come out and say, nope, it's not a continuation of that game. Even though it makes perfect sense, it's not. That's Rocksteady's thing, not ours. What? Isn't it intertwined? Hell, when they do collections of the Batman games, they leave Arkham Origins out, which is great. And again, that's WB Montreal. So Rocksteady and Montreal don't even synchronize. And you're telling me that the game division is going to synchronize with the television show, with the HBO Max, and the movies now. That's what you're telling me. The same person who's telling me this is the same person who right now, her studio, is chopping up, editing, lighting, and CGIing the hell out of the movie that I cannot wait to see, because like all Batman movies, when they come in the theaters, I'm always there, day one, and always happy to see them. It's my favorite superhero, for crying out loud. Yo, it's not connected to nothing that we know of. So again, what are we talking about? Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, and Gal made it clear before it came out, like, oh yeah, we're abandoning the whole Zack Snyder thing of she stood away from, humanity for 1,000 years. Yeah, we're getting rid of that. You know what I'm saying? This is a different thing. It's not even really a sequel to the... Remember they were saying that shit? To try to separate it from the Snyder movie, which was Wonder Woman 1, right? And then Suicide Squad, because Suicide Squad, again, that was supposed to involve Steppenwolf, and that was supposed to tie into Justice League Perfect, and then you know what they did. They got the trailer people to chop it up and edit it and do all of that good stuff to it, Hopefully they don't do that to the trailer... that's coming out today. It was like, oh, we saw that trailer. It was great. Watch the movie. It's not the same tone. Let's get them to edit, that movie now and do the same cycle, repeat stuff. I doubt it. But it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me that they talk like they want to do all this connective stuff, but Suicide Squad, they've already made it clear, oh, it's not really a sequel. It's a whole different thing. But you got the same characters in there. So what you going to do? You going to blow everybody up who was from the original movie? I know you ain't going to kill Harley. We already know you ain't going to do that, because the truth is they do want to wipe the sheet clean, but they don't want to get rid of Gal, they don't want to get rid of Jason, and they don't want to get rid of Margot, right? Which is funny. You could say, oh yeah, Gal's been in super successful movies with Wonder Woman. I mean, was the last one really? Probably, but I don't know if everybody who watched is happy with it. I know I wasn't. A lot of people say, Man of Steel, that's not my Superman. And I always thought that statement was stupid, because there's a bunch of different takes on Superman over the goddamn 80-something years he's been around. Hundreds of years, damn near at this point, hundreds. You hear me? Hell, it will be. You know what I'm saying? When we long dead and gone, these superheroes will still be kicking. And people be like, that's not my interpretation of it. But yeah, Wonder Woman 84, that was not my interpretation of Diana. Yeah, she's soft, beautiful, passionate, caring. But she's also a badass warrior who was trained to kill and slaughter anything that, was bringing harm to the planet. That's Wonder Woman. Just to be clear. So, yeah, anyway... I just look at it like, yo, y'all movies already are basically cutting away from being connected to the previous ones. Wonder Woman 84, those were their words, and Suicide Squad also. So where's this connective tissue? I guess Shazam and Black Adam will have some connective tissue. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, the Snyder Cut came about. Did I miss something I wanted to talk about it there? No. Let's keep it moving. The Snyder Cut came about because a fan campaign online. Do you feel like you need to strike a balance between being responsive to fans and charting your own course as a company? How responsive do you believe DC should be? I'm gonna answer this before I even get into her, statement. Over 1 million people are saying, we want this. We want to throw money at you. We want it. And if you're a business, you would think that you're going to say, yeah, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. But I'm going to respond to this before I make a real big point. I mean, I'm gonna read the response to this, and then I'm gonna make a real big point. We're always going to listen to our fans, but we are in the service of the broadest fan base, and we owe. You mean like broad, like a million people? No, anyway, we owe them an integrated, holistic strategy. We are the shepherds of the franchise, and hopefully, when the fans see what we've got in store, they'll know that DC is in good hands across many different platforms with many different creators. Many different creators, none of which is allowed to be Zack Snyder. See, we got this multiverse. See, I said I was going to wait till the end to make this point, but I can make it right now. All this multiverse talk, but the multiverse doesn't include Zack Snyder. Doesn't include the Earth. Let's call it Earth 1, right? It doesn't include Earth 1 anymore. We don't want to touch the Snyderverse no more. We're going to do everything else except him. Why? What did Zack Snyder do to them? Like, did he piss in their cereal one day, like when he came to the office? I want to know. Because everybody loves Zack Snyder. Everybody who works with Zack Snyder says Zack Snyder's the man. He's a great guy. I wanna know what the hell did Zack Snyder do to them? Like, it's crazy. Oh, you didn't make Marvel movies. You didn't make Marvel money. Like, yo, you know they been doing this for like a decade, right? Like, I'm starting from scratch. I gotta get the house in order. Y'all remember I gotta get Superman right, and then everybody. Come on, man. Whatever. Anyway, so the before and after was very soiled. Wait. No, I already read that. All right, let me keep it moving. All right. So we want different voices in the mix for certain fans that want singular voices. They may be disappointed, but we would ask them to be patient and see what we've got in store, because perhaps the newer voices in the mix will have just as compelling stories to tell as Zack Snyder. I'm not saying Zack Snyder's a god, be all, end all. I'm not. Never would I say that. You know what I'm saying? At all. Listen, like the whole we're the shepherds of these franchises, yeah. Until y'all dead. And I'm dead. And the people watching this are dead. I know it's getting morbid, but it's true. Like, when we're all dead and gone, yo, they ain't no shepherds today. These things are gonna last forever. Even if Warner Brothers, just kapoof goes out of business, somebody's gonna buy the rights to Batman IP, to Superman IP, to Booster Gold. It doesn't matter. They're gonna buy the shit, and these things are gonna live on forever and ever and ever, way beyond us. You know what I'm saying? So this whole idea, like of compelling stories and different voices and okay. You know, like some fans may want singular voices. No, whoa. When was the reaction to the Batman? Oh my God, nobody wants goddamn Twilight. Oh well, you probably did have people saying, oh, nobody wants Edward from Twilight. Probably you had people saying that. You know what I'm saying? But for the majority of people, they saw that trailer and it was like, yo, beautiful, mwah, chef kiss. Like, go, like, can't wait. Everything about it, from Selena to everything about that movie, looked great. Everybody was like, wait, are you telling me that was Penguin? Yo, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely, just a movie that so many people are excited about. I would say it's one of the most exciting movie in the horizon. You know what I'm saying? That's already shot and complete. I put that right there with Avatar, though. Avatar 2. These things are done. They just getting worked on now until they come out. These are the two movies that I'm super excited to watch. This idea that it's like, oh yeah, I want Ben Affleck's Batman to continue, and I would like to see him versus Joe Manganiello. So that means I don't want Robert Pattinson. Listen. I just said Batman Brave of the Bold. What was the other one? Beware the Batman. Like, like Just League Unlimited, Batman the Animated Series. We can go on and on to the different takes and Batman Gotham by Gaslight, and like all of these different takes on the superheroes. It works perfectly fine. The Batman in Injustice isn't the Batman from Arkham Knight. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the new Batman games are all separate and, like fine. I don't care. That's comic books. That's comic book. Different artists, different writers. If you're really about the multiverse, then do it. Honestly, you cheating yourself out of money, Warner Brothers, because you could literally come out with Batman right now. In April, a brand new Batman movie. Let's say the Batman was done and it was coming out. Robert Pattinson's Batman. Right now in April. And then you could come out with Ben Affleck's Batman in November. People say, oh, that's overkill. To who? To who? Because the same people who went to watch Robert Pattinson Batman are going to go watch Ben Affleck Batman, and then nobody's going to sit there and be like, I'm confused. I thought this was a continuation. Wait, is that one a young version of this Batman? You might have people confused for 2 seconds. In the age of the internet, in the age where people got goddamn Brainiac in the palm of their hand, their phones. If you ain't using Brainiac, then that's on you. Don't be like the people at Krypton, those fools. You know what I'm saying? Get initiated with what the hell you watching. And you're going to have somebody next to you be like, oh, no, these ain't connected. Nah, not at all. But most people who watch the two things are gonna know that's an origin thing. This is Batman, old grizzled, been through it already. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you wanted it in your head watching, be like, yeah, it's connected. Nothing's gonna stop you from thinking, yeah, Batman went through some shit like that when he was younger. Obviously, we know Robin died and all of this crazy. Exactly. Like, it all goes hand in hand. You can have Wonder Woman 84, which isn't my cup of tea. But you can continue to make Wonder Woman the badass warrior who's throwing dudes into walls head first, blood splatter. Awesome. Because that's what I expect from Wonder Woman. It's what you got in the media, like all my life from the 90s up to now. Maybe it wasn't blood splatter, but Wonder Woman was always kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? She was always a badass warrior. She was always somebody that nobody played with her. Like, nah, that's Diana. She'll whip our ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. But anyway, yeah, so she's making her own narrative right here. You know what I'm saying? Saying that we want singular voices, that we might be disappointed, but then we would ask them to be patient. We are. When the Suicide Squad trailer come out today, I'm not gonna put it on and be like, let me see how good this is. No, I'm gonna watch it for what it is. I'm not gonna judge it based on the Snyder cut. Like, yes, I mean anything right now, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I watched it. It was good. The first episode, cool. I'll continue watching it. But I didn't go in and say, oh yeah, let me compare it to the Zack Snyder Justice League. It was never gonna be able to. You're talking about like straight nerd steroids being injected directly into our heart and temple at the same time. Like, we was waiting for so many years for this. And then it's like, yeah, it was a thing that existed. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like horrible. And it's a thing that people love, Justice League. So when you get it right, and then it goes above your expectations, what we feel right now, this high, is insane. And for them to want to take this away from us so quick and be like, yeah, stop that. Stop being excited for that. Get excited for this. It's trash. Like, y'all could have waited. None of this had to be released now. We didn't need a Suicide Squad trailer now. We don't need the Batman trailer right now. We don't need announcements of new actors coming into the Flash right now. If you ain't even going to start shooting a movie for a month from now. The point is, you didn't need to do it right now. You could have waited a week. You could have waited 2 weeks. But they chose to do it right on top of the hype, the zeitgeist of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is so, like, it's telling. Let's put it like that. It's telling. So, let me keep it going. Where was I? Yeah, let's move off this one. So we want to stay true to our vision, our mission for DC, and build that out. It's funny how everything they want to build out doesn't include Zack Snyder. Like, why? It's been the most successful thing you've done at DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, the Blu-ray sales and everything. Like, the 4K Snyder of BVS. I was going to say Snyder Cut of BVS. You know? Well, it is. It's the Ultimate Edition, the real version. Because, I mean, we've been through this shit multiple times with Zack Snyder. Watchmen. Like, I got the Ultimate Edition of Watchmen up there. The extended, zombie goddamn movie. Dawn of the Dead and all of that. Like, with, like, the whole behind the scene and going to the guy that, Ving Rhames was showing the picture to. Going, like, getting the other view of his apartment. Like, that movie was amazing. You know what I mean? But studios always want to play with the visionary. Like, they don't let visionaries be visionaries, but then they claim that they want to be a visionary studio, director-driven studio. Once they started saying that, they were like, yeah, we're a director-driven studio. Literally, Jazzy Jeff and Zack Snyder out the goddamn Warner Brothers headquarters. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. We have weekly meetings with our key execs in every division. Last August, I was made head of studio and network, and now I have all the creative groups underneath me. So now, around that table, it's not just Warner Bros. Films, but it's Warner Brothers Television, Warner Brothers Games, but it includes HBO Max, Turner Networks, Adult Swim, Kids and Family Networks. So everybody's under one thing is basically what she's saying. And that's all well and good, right? So they can move like a well-oiled machine. I'm still not seeing it, though. I'm still not seeing it. I don't see the too much connective tissue between the DC shows, and the DC shows, I mean the DC shows, not CW, that's connected, but the DC shows on Max, like Doom Patrol and Titans and all that stuff, like, and Harley with the cartoon, because, I mean, she's saying everything's going to connect. I mean, I guess Harley did have the joke about the Snyder Cut, like the Snyder fans, whatever, and it was an underhanded, like, joke, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it just goes to show where Warner Brothers is at. Anyway, yeah, let me just keep it going. So she goes, we are involving all those people in our going forward, and that means the media is going to be more connected, sometimes in subtle ways, and sometimes in more overt ways, like opposite Suicide Squad, where it's spinning out Peacemaker. There you go. I was going to say Peacemaster or something. Peacemaker, who nobody asked for. Nobody. And that's not saying I don't want it. I have to see the Suicide Squad to know if I want it. But what if we see Suicide Squad, right? And the whole time now, when we go into it, we're all going to be like, oh, shit, Peacemaker. We're going to have this level of anticipation because there's a show that exists that's already shot. And if he's trash, and we're like, what? This guy? This fucking guy? Juan Cena? Are you serious? Then it's like, what are y'all doing? Y'all greenlighting stuff that y'all want before the audience even asks for. Then what happened to The Trench? What happened to the Amazon movie? Which, listen, man, if you're going to make an Amazon movie and if it's not going to be, show them your fear. We have no fear. If it's not that, I don't want it. Like, yo, and that's not a, hey, I'm saying I want Amazons to be Amazons. When I see Amazons, I think Xena. When I watched that Steppenwolf whole interaction with the Amazon, I said at any moment you could literally take Xena, put her there, have her screaming, yee, and she would fit. And that's when I said, you nailed it. That's the way I've always seen Wonder Woman. Like, Xena was the Wonder Woman on TV after the Linda Carter one. It was like, yeah, this is the mature version of what Wonder Woman would be like today. Not the whole Wonder Woman, kitty, spin around, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, the tan, you know what that is? That's the tan. Yeah, the tan, that era's done. And people keep trying to force it. It's done. The nostalgia of it has been played out for over a decade because they played it out for about 3 decades. We've moved past it. And you might not like the doom doom from Man of Steel, but that's where we at right now. And many people love it. Audiences love it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Junkie XL killed it. Anyway, let's keep it going. So, yeah, they spinning out the Peacemaker with James Gunn and John Cena, passionately developing that for HBO Max. It's my job to make sure we super serve our fans across all demos and all fan bases, except, you know, there's also been a toxic side to the fandom. I love how everything that's, you know, let's just say like blue check mark, popular, they always want to go into this toxic fan thing. And it's like, listen, I'm be honest, it's not worth talking about. And people gonna say, "Oh, what you mean?" It's not. It's not at all because I ain't seen nothing from the Snyder cult, whatever people want to call them. You know what I'm saying? Call us because this is what it is. I'm like, I didn't see nothing where it was like what people were doing to like the Asian lady from Star Wars when John Boyega got cast as Finn and all the racism. I didn't see nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I saw people just like, "Yo, what y'all doing? Like, what y'all doing? Like, Mustachio Clark." You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? Like, you notice I got so many names here for Superman other than Superman. Only time I can reference him being Superman is in Snyder Cut of movies. Because I can't call him Superman in Mustachio Justice League. And I can't call him Superman and goddamn Sleepy Superman, Sleepy Hollow Superman over there. Like, in Shazam. Like, it's crazy, but this is what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? How quick were they to announce that, yeah, we got a new Superman coming. We got a Superman show in development. But why not Henry Cavill? We've all wanted Henry Cavill. The dude is literally Superman come to life. Right? Ripped out of the pages. Just like Ben Affleck. And it's like, are you serious? But anyway. So yeah, the toxic fans. I don't even want to go through this. But yeah, all right. So with reports that critics and some of your executives have received threats for not endorsing the Snyder Cut or for being perceived as standing in the way of its release. Perceived? What's your reaction to that behavior? We're not tolerating any of that. That behavior is reprehensible no matter what franchise you're talking about or what businesses you're talking about. It's completely unacceptable. I'm very disappointed in the fans that have chosen to go in to that negative place with regard to DC, with regard to some of our executive. It's just disappointing because we want this to be a safe place to be. We want DC to be a fandom that feels safe and inclusive. We want people to be able to speak up for what the things they love. But we don't want it to be a culture of canceling things that any small faction isn't happy with. We are not about that. We are about positivity and celebration. Yeah, this is all bullshit. This is things that they wanted to say about people who almost damn near don't exist. It's straight up bullshit. And here's the funny part. We want people to be able to speak up for the things they love. No, you don't. Clearly you don't. And then it's like, oh yeah, we released it now. You released it, but let's not act like y'all took Jon Stewart out. Y'all still ended up cutting the person of color out of the Snyder Cut actual release. Y'all did that. Y'all still didn't want Zack Snyder to shoot anything more. Come on, y'all did that. This is still new now, y'all. I don't even want to go into the deep spin of taking Snyder's personal life and then tying into this announcement, acting like they each, were perfectly intertwined. It was like, yeah, this happened. No, shit went bad. Snyder dipped. Then the situation, the tragic situation happened. If I'm not mistaken, that's the order of the way things played out. And they just try to make it seem like, oh no, this was a thing that happened, in conjunction, which led to this. Like, nah, that's not the way it played out. You know what I'm saying? And even if that was the case, I would have said, hey, Snyder, Justice League gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Snyder went through something big. We're gonna wait, respect to his family and everything, and then we'll get the movie done when it's done. We could wait. We got other things we're working on in between that we could do. It's not like they on a goddamn Marvel schedule where everything leads into the next thing. They've had no kind of continuity outside of Zack Snyder's actual films. And again, that includes Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. All right, but anyway, yeah, so I find it just funny, but we don't want it to be a culture of canceling things that any small faction isn't happy with. Small. Let me see. 1.11 million. Yeah, small. Small. She said small. I disagree. The campaign for release the Snyder Cut has moved into a new phase. Now, restore the Snyderverse. Remember, this was done on Sunday. So they were seeing the Snyderverse again. It's true. Everybody's been tweeting about it since we saw the movie Restore the Snyderverse. Right? What's your reaction to this new campaign? I appreciate that they love Zack's work. Wait, you appreciate that? Then why the hell we ain't getting more? And we are very thankful for his many contributions to DC. Thank you for your contributions. Wiping her hands of them. Basically, we're just so happy that he could bring his cut of the Justice League to life, because that wasn't in the plan until about a year ago. With that comes the completion of his trilogy. Again, trilogy. It's not a trilogy in a year ago, so it took a goddamn pandemic for these people to want to release this movie. So it would have went just like Zack Snyder said, where he thought maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, they would have did a graphic novel or just threw it up like whatever. Oh yeah, and I didn't even mention, they wanted Zack Snyder to literally take his movie, email it to them, all just bad, like black and white, you know what I'm saying? We got the black and white version up now, but it's a finished film with finished CGI. They wanted him to just throw green screen versions and his, what do you call those? The damn name escapes me right now. All of his storyboards, like throw in his storyboards in there and just like a flip book, like things you will see in the behind the scenes of the Lord of the Rings DVD appendices and stuff. They got so much content in there. Like you'll see like Peter Jackson's flip book and how he drew scenes. All the great visionaries. Ridley Scott, great artist. James Cameron, great artist. Zack Snyder, same thing. These dudes, Peter Jackson, they all draw out their movies beautifully. They come to life, man. Whatever. Anyway, like it's just funny to me, like. She, it's so underhanded, everything that she's saying right here. So, the completion of his trilogy, we're very happy we've done this, but we're very excited about the plans we have for all the multi-dimensional DC characters that are being developed right now. How many of those movies, listen, I'm not saying these movies aren't going to be hits. I'm going to watch them. I'm a DC fan. It goes DC fan, Snyder, because he's been living up to the DC fan in me, and then it goes the DC stuff. And I'm excited for all this stuff. But Snyder right now has been the one holding the torch since 2013's release of goddamn Man of Steel. And that goddamn 10 out of 10 perfect film. Come at me, son. That's the way I really feel. It's like, it's crazy. Like, it's his voice that they don't want to matter. So yeah, we've done this, and we're very excited about the plans we have for the multi-dimensional. Like, do you even understand? You keep saying multiverse, but you ain't doing multiverse. Will there be more of these director's cuts? Will we see David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad? We won't be developing David Ayer's cut. After the success of this Justice League, they're like, nah, we ain't gonna do this again. We got stuff right there on the cutting room floor, but we ain't gonna do that again. Listen, y'all need to do that. And y'all need to go cut Peter Jackson his check so he could do his actual ultimate edition of the Lord of the Rings. Because there's too many fans of Lord of the Rings that don't understand that the extended editions was just a stepping stone to the real super duper ultimate. And I don't know if what's coming out this summer 4K, which I'm waiting for, edition of Lord of the Rings is going to be that. But there's giant scenes with different sets and even some characters that didn't even make it into any version of Lord of the Rings that exists. And Peter Jackson had the film all edited, done basically, ready to go like that for the day that Warner Brothers was like, do it. But of course they never came and told him to do it. It's like, money? What? But ain't that what y'all in the business of? Why is it so odd that y'all don't understand how easy it is to make it? And right now, y'all basically saying, "Nah, we don't want y'all millions." Because if each of those people give you $1, that's a million people, over a million people, right? That's over $1 million. And we trying to give you the movie ticket, the HBO Max subscription. We trying to give you the Blu-ray sales, the buying the Funko Pops, buying merch like this, and all the shirts that I picked up in the last week. Like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So anyway, yeah, she won't be releasing the Ayers cut. Okay. Looking at the DC slate, there seems to be an emphasis on creating opportunities for diverse creators and characters. You got a Latino superhero movie with blue. These questions are so fake. This question doesn't come from whoever wrote this article. This question literally comes from Warner Brothers. Blue Beetle, Sasha Cale becoming the first ever Latinx actress to portray Supergirl, and Ta-Nehisi Coates, I hope I say his last name right, Coates, writes a Superman movie. Is there, and this is the thing, right? So, yeah, that's a black man, right? Latina and a Latino. Diversity. Correct, right? Now, he's not going to actually be in the movie. He's just writing the movie, right? So what you do behind the scenes and what you do in the front of the camera, we'll see. Because you could have The Rock coming out with Black Adam, and that's cool. But you could never really wash away the fact that with the Snyder Cut, who mostly got cut there? All the people of color. All of them. So that's where this comes from. To say, oh, look, we got this. Look, my one black friend. That's this. That's that. That's literally that. It's so damn obvious. Like, it's not even trying to be clever about hiding it. So anyway, so is there a concerted effort to take the brand in a more inclusive direction? It's super important to me, and it's in line with what we want to do. We want to branch out and let creators interpret parts of the universe in unique and special ways. So Ta-Nehisi working on Superman is incredibly exciting. But this dude didn't even like Superman. That's one thing. I mean, you don't need to like Superman, but I think it would make sense for you to like Superman. But it makes sense that a studio who has shown multiple times that they don't like Superman, that they would get somebody who doesn't like Superman to write Superman. Perfect. It goes perfect with Warner Brothers. And before anybody goes in the comments and want to be like, what do you mean they don't like Superman? Why did they make Man of Steel? Do you know why they made it? They made it because they had to. Not because they wanted to. That movie was fast-tracked. It was, oh, what? Jonathan Nolan? You got an idea? Christopher Nolan? You backing that? Word? Who you going to make, get Zack Snyder? That guy's great. Fine. We're going to do it. And that's basically the way it played out. Why? Because they were losing the rights to Superman. And they had to do it. They had to have a Superman movie in production with something along those lines. These people, they don't like Superman. They find him hard to do because he's so strong. I'm like, you got literally 80 years of content of Superman to tell you how you work around the fact that he's an absolute beast. Take any of them. You could do Red Sun. You could do Brainiac, somebody who could punch him in the face and make it hurt. You have multiple options. You got Lobot. You got so many different things you could do. But anyway, I can't wait to see what he comes up with. The director, Andy Muschietti, on The Flash, or Patty Jenkins. Funny, let me mention Patty Jenkins real quick. Ain't it funny how Wonder Woman came out, didn't have nowhere near the buzz or the hype or the people who really loved it. Let's just say that, because it wasn't loved like that, Wonder Woman. That's just the reality of it. And immediately, as fast as this article was rolling from when the Snyder Cut came out, it was basically the same timetable of when Wonder Woman 3 got announced. But yet, the Snyder Cut's too much to ask for. Way better movie. Way better everything. Hell, Wonder Woman in the Snyder Cut is literally better than the whole 2 hours of Wonder Woman 84. And I'm not even trying to hate on Wonder Woman 84. I just don't love that movie. But it's just a reality. Like, with the Amazons and everything, the way they just captured, like the way Zack just captures, the Amazons and Wonder Woman, it's just perfect. Like, it's just perfect. It's just what it is. So anyway, Matt Reeves just finishing filming The Batman against the odds of COVID. We're so excited to finish that movie and have people see it, because Matt's take on Batman is different than other takes. Even familiar characters have lots of possibilities. Yeah, we know. We're DC fans. We know that you can have Riddler that's straight based out of the source material, have crazy Riddler that you got in that movie. And DC fans, We're going to accept it. We know that we can have different interpretations. We've had anime style Batman in the Batman Ninja movie. We have so many different takes on Batman. We don't care what you do with Batman. You know why? Because we love Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where just go back and look at Batman and Robin. That movie is literally trash. Everybody hates it, and we still laugh about it. When tweets about it go up, we still retweet it. We still have a love there for it. We love Batman. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different take on it. We got George Clooney, Val Kilmer. We don't care. Michael Keaton. Like, again, we do not care. Play with it. Play with the IP. Take it places. That's what Snyder fans like more than everybody else. This is why everybody else is going, not my Superman. Man, the Steel's so dark and broody. Like, huh? Watch the movie again. He didn't save nobody. What you mean, except the world? Like, oh my God. Like, come on, man. Lois doesn't have black hair. Every little dude. Why does goddamn Jesse Eisenberg have that wig on? Like, oh my Lord. Like, look at the source material. Again, there's multiple iterations of these things. You can't just judge. Oh, Darkseid, he wasn't nothing special. He got chopped with an axe by the god of war, literally a god. The same blood that runs through Diana. Like, there's literally no higher, basically, in the DC universe. And again, that wasn't Darkseid. But you do you. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a difference between Uxas and Darkseid. But you do you. Again, it's just crazy. It's like they're trying to put us in this box that we've never even seen this box. This thing where we pigeonhole our IPs. Listen, you could do white Aquaman, you could do Jason Momoa style Aquaman, you could do blonde, you could do black. I don't care. Is it Aquaman? Is it true to the, you know, in the overall scheme of your creativity playing with the IP? Is it true in a sense to the character? Cool. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got that Joker on Gotham. I've never seen that, but cool. He's there. Awesome. Fine. And I'm not sitting there saying, oh my God, look at that Joker. That's not my Joker. What are they doing on Gotham? Why do I care? I didn't even watch that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's Fox. I don't do Fox shows because they cancel them. So you can't trust them. But that one went on for a while. But yeah, I didn't even watch that show. I was like, come on. I ain't going to sit there and hate on it. Anyway, where am I? All right, all right, so, all right, you talked about breaking down the silos in the company. What does that mean for DC? Creators want to have franchises that are larger than life, like what we saw last week. But oftentimes you start working with the company, and the company has discrete divisions. So you become a film creator, you become a television creator, and never the. Listen, man, I don't even want to go through this. Skip that. Where we at? How the viewers and fans see the blah blah. Listen, where's I'm trying to get to the good stuff. All right, Ray Fisher stuff. Yeah, because I want to wrap this up. Because I know this video is going for a while now. I don't even know how long it's going. But let me check that real quick. Oh, almost an hour. So yeah, Ray Fisher has accused Warner Bros. Executive of racially biased behavior and of trying to impede an investigation into alleged misconducts on the set of Justice League. Did your investigation corroborate any of his claims of racism on the part of your employees? No. Our investigator Judge Catherine Forrest, which Ray Fisher came out after and was like, she's not a judge. She's just a lawyer. She might have been the judge at one point, but she's just a lawyer. Stop trying to spruce her up to make it seem bigger, and you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, this is what they do. Anyway, has issued statements specifically about DC Films president Walter Hamada, saying that there was no evidence of interference by Walter in the investigation. She said that the cuts made in the Joss Whedon version of Justice League were not racially motivated. We took it very seriously, so we hired one of the top investigators out there and gave her a tremendous amount of leeway. Ray Fisher has, so this is another question. Ray Fisher has previously stated that because of non-disclosure agreements, he can't share specifics about the abusive behavior he endured on the set of Justice League. Is there an NDA that would prevent him from publicly sharing all the details of what transpired on Justice League? Not that I know of, no. Editor's note, a spokesperson for Fisher responded to a Variety request for a comment with the following statement. Mr. Fisher is no longer under NDA and will comment further when appropriate to do so. So then the next question, Walter Hamada has been on the receiving end of a lot of fan criticism. What was his involvement in the production of Justice League. Walter had nothing to do with Justice League. He was not running DC Films in 2017 when Justice League was completed and released. He wasn't put in charge of DC Films until the following year. About a year ago, Walter, Warner Bros. Picture Group head, Toby Emmerich, me, former Warner Media chairman Bob Greenbelt, and former HBO Max content chief Kevin Riley, and HBO Max original programming head Sarah Aubrey sat around the table with Zack and greenlit the Snyder Cut. The cut includes Ray Fisher's entire story of Cyborg. I'm like, what do you have to say all that for? It's like almost trying to like Jedi mind trick you to stop paying attention to the actual point we're trying to make here. The cut includes Ray Fisher's entire story as Cyborg, which is something that he had been disappointed had been cut from the Justice League movie 3 years ago. Perhaps we've lost the plot a little bit, which is that Toby and Walter were part of the greenlighting that allowed Zack Vision to come to life, which includes sharing the full story about Ray's character. There really was nothing that Walter did against Ray. In fact, he offered him a role in the Flash movie. That's a lie. How? If he was cast as the Flash back, I think before 2017, since before, once Justice League was greenlit and he was cast, it was already talking about the Flash and Cyborg buddy cop style movie. How? If you're gonna listen, if you're gonna lie, man, if you're gonna lie, at least get your ducks in a row. You ain't looking good right now. So yeah, which includes the full story. All right. So anyway, Walter was promoted recently. I'm fully supportive of Toby and Walter and their visions. I truly believe they are great executives. Walter happens to be a person of color, so he knows what that feels like. This line right here, I could literally go a whole nother hour of why that line is dumb as fuck, but I'm not. I'm not, but just be clear, it's dumb as fuck. He is bringing in diverse voices at an accelerated pace, more than anyone has in the past. Yeah, so the problem with Walter's thing is that she makes it seem like, oh yeah, he wasn't there during that time, but what he's saying is that he was trying to put the pin in a lot of the things that Ray Fisher was trying to bring to light. That's where it comes from. And she knows this, but they worded these things to seem like, what is he talking about? He wasn't even there at the time. He came after. He offered him a role in the Flash. You mean offered him a thing he already had? How can you offer me what I already got? I just got a plate of food. And you're like, here's a plate of the same food. You're welcome. Huh? Anyway, you talked about enlisting a broad range of voices when it comes to charting the future of DC. Is their person calling the shots? The connective tissue in the middle is Jim Lee, who oversees DC Comics. So basically, what she's saying is this: real talk. When we're gonna make something and we hire people who have no clue what the hell they're gonna work on, like the guy who hates Superman, whatever. We'll call Jim Lee and say, what's the best material for this kind of story that we're trying to tell in this Superman movie? And then he'll give them a whole ton of comics. They'll read those. They'll make the character tied around that. Or it'll be a person who doesn't really know anything about the comics and be like, oh yeah, I grew up with the Linda Carter show, so I'm gonna just make the movie feel like that. Oh yeah, make it feel like that. Dan 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 forever and ever and ever, and never let it get goddamn stale. It's stale. It's been beaten to the ground, man. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. Yo, Jim, tell us about this character because we're gonna make a movie. Anyway, Jim lives and breathes the canon of DC, and he works with all of the divisions to make sure the storylines are true to canon. He helps them come up with ideas for new storylines. Jim is very much in the middle of everything, yeah, but he's not connective tissue to each property. He's not going and saying, oh yeah, I was just working with James Wan over there, and what he just did, this kind of contradicts that, so you can't really do that, so you got to take it in this direction. And then goes to from that was at Doom Patrol. From Doom Patrol he goes to Titans and oh yeah, you can't do this because see what happened was over here at Doom Patrol they're doing this, and then that contradicts that. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that. Instead, it's like, oh yeah, Wonder Woman has this, make wishes, denounce your wish. So people who had who were probably drug addicts who said, I don't want to be a goddamn fiend no more. Rid me of this. It's like, nah, denounce it. Go back to being a junkie. I want to forget about, being molested, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I want to forget. I want to wish that 9/11 never happened. I want to kill cancer. I want to wish no more cancer. Fuck cancer. Like, denounce your wish. So goddamn dumb. And that happened in the DC universe? No. Zack Snyder was, I don't know what y'all talking about. Huh? Good movie. Good movie. Does it go into your canon? Hell no. I see you, Zach. I see you. Uh, but there's not one person calling the shots because I want all the voices in the room to offer their expertise and knowledge of their formats. You know what's a format? Snyderverse. Restore it. Simple. And keep doing that too. All of that other stuff you're doing, do it. It all sounds all well and good. It's just, we know it's fluff. It's lies. It's deceit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It makes y'all feel like Samwise Gamgee would say, the villain. The villain. I'm telling you, man. Anyway, you know. As a superhero, as superheroes pop up in movies, on television, streaming shows, and games, how do you make sure there's not too much of a good thing? Couldn't that lead to oversaturation? One of the reasons I'm excited about our strategy going forward is it's multi-dimensional. We're not just serving the same fan base with the same creative vision. We're trying to expand it. Didn't CW exist during the Snyder? Because she's talking about Snyder there. She's basically making us seem like this one vision, this all we want. No, didn't the CW exist? Weren't we all watching it? Right? What was the other one? I mean, damn, they got Pennywise shows that I don't even know if anybody watches. Damn, I'm really trying to like, where's this world where like I'm really trying to figure out like, oh yeah, look, we're multidimensional now. Y'all were always this. Y'all got the superhero girl show over there. Y'all got Wonder Woman Bloodlines Blu-ray. Then you got Wonder Woman 84. Then you got like what? Like y'all have always done this. This is just crap. It's just very horribly worded. So yeah, not every. So what was? We're not just serving the same fan base with the same creative vision. We're trying to expand it. Not every fan has to love every piece of what we're doing. True, like Wonder Woman 84, they didn't love it at all. But we're putting out more tentacles to be able to reach people with different stories on different platforms, so there isn't fatigue. So give us the Snyderverse on HBO Max. We'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the same cadence. We're going to mix things up. We'll have a slate of DC movies, but it will be richer and more multidimensional with broader array of characters that will help reduce the fatigue because you'll see a whole story about the Flash, then you'll see sequels like Aquaman 2 or new takes on Superman. Henry Cavill is out, according to them. Gone. Geralt of Riviera. That's it. That's it. He might as well just stick to that. Listen, the way these people act and everything they did, like as a DC fan, don't get it twisted. Like I want the Snyderverse to continue and everything. But then as a fan of these actual creators and actors, it's like Henry Cavill, yo, sign an exclusive deal with Netflix and live it up. I see how they treat all of their actors, whether it's Millie Bobby Brown with Stranger Things, and then it's like, oh, the studio, y'all shaky on Sherlock, we'll take her. That's our girl. You know what I'm saying? We'll put it out on Netflix. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Zack Snyder, there's rumors that they want to do a 5-picture deal like they do with Adam Sandler and stuff like that. I'm starting to feel like, listen, man, before Army of the Dead even comes out, they gave y'all anime. An anime. They got faith. So if that movie comes out and does numbers, then they'll hit you with more sequels. If Zack Snyder wants to do something, and Zack Snyder even said it, he's had 2 movies basically where it was like his actual, his movie, like the way he wanted it to be, and Army of the Dead is one of them. And I'm like, come on. Out of all the movies he made, you telling me this is the first time this guy gets true creative freedom to do whatever the hell he wants? A visionary. And nobody lets a visionary be a visionary. What type of shit is that? So yeah, I'm excited for it, and it makes me feel like, yo, if you're a fan of Zack Snyder, part of you just be like, yo, man, I just want you to be happy. Go do your thing on Netflix. You could do everything. You could do all the movies you want to make. You know what I mean? And I think him and Deborah were making like a sci-fi movie. They were saying, I'm like, do it. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounded like something like Alita Battle Angel, another great movie that deserves a sequel. Anyway, yeah. So we'll help reduce fatigue. Superman or Shazam, which plays to a family audience, there would be fatigue if we stayed on a more singular path. But because we're broadening, we'll have much more potential to grow the franchise across various demos and various types of fans. Yeah, you're right. You can have all kinds of fans. People who denounce Zack Snyder, cool. You can have Snyder fans, great. You can have all kinds of stuff. But no. We, you know, We can't have all kinds of stuff. We cannot have nice things, clearly. But anyway, yeah, I'm about to wrap up this first ever recipe video. But before that, let me just go through some stuff. We got Liz Wonder here, Restore the Snyderverse. Hell yeah. Look, Zack Snyder was like, we do it the old ways, ready the Armada. And I'm like, yeah, basically is what we got to do. We just got to go hard again. I like this one right here, too. Walter Hamada walks into Warner Bros. Boardroom. He greenlights the entire Snyderverse. He walks out, his eyes turn red. He was Martian Manhunter the entire time and scene. I'm like, that's fire. Yeah, Ben Everett's right here. He had the same idea because literally me and my girl literally said it. We was like, yo, watch this week. They put out a bunch of stuff, a bunch of movie trailers or something, and it's exactly what happened, man. It's exactly what happened, man. We are WB's nightmare. Hell yeah, we are. Home stretch now show people. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Now I gotta watch that Justice Gray version, which just came out. I'm about to watch that today for sure. Look at this, is hilarious right here. You know, a film has become a cultural phenomenon when Les Dog and Brad Plazy are tweeting, and I just laughed at this right here, like it's Zack Snyder as the man himself, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be more to talk about soon enough. I'll probably do a reaction video to the Suicide Squad trailer, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this first ever video right here, the recipe, man. Again, I am your host, the Red Knight. You can just call me Red. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the bell, follow me on Twitter, go to my Twitch if you want to see me play video games and all of that. Do that. And yeah, and I'll have live streams there. We could talk DC. We could talk everything. We could talk pro wrestling, AEW. It's going to be a lot of content. That's why this channel is called The Recipe, because there's a whole ton of ingredients. But the most important one is you. Thanks for watching. Peace.